The storm started before we crossed into West Virginia. Not a normal storm. The kind that makes the sky look black in the middle of the night. Rain slammed against the windshield, so hard the wipers could barely keep up. Every few seconds, lightning flashed across the mountains, revealing twisted trees hanging over the highway like they were waiting for us. There were 4 of us in the SUV. Me, Tyler, Marcus, and Lisa. Lisa was the only one from West Virginia. She'd spent years researching haunted locations across America, and according to her, there was one place she avoided more than any other: West Virginia State Penitentiary, an abandoned prison known for executions, riots, murders, and unexplained paranormal activity. People claimed they heard screaming from empty cell blocks. Others reported shadow figures watching them from behind bars. Some visitors even said they left with scratches on their bodies they couldn't explain. I didn't believe most ghost stories. At least, not before that night. Tyler looked over from the passenger seat while adjusting the camera bag. You seriously think we're staying there until morning? I forced a laugh. That's the plan. But honestly, my stomach already felt wrong. Lisa sat in the back seat, staring out the window quietly. Finally, she spoke. Storm nights are usually the worst there. Marcus rolled his eyes. Please don't start that creepy guide stuff already. Lisa didn't smile. I'm serious. Nobody answered after that. The prison appeared through the rain 30 minutes later. Huge stone walls, rust-covered gates, dark towers stretching into the storm. The place looked less like a prison and more like a fortress built to keep evil trapped inside. Lightning flashed again, and for half a second, I thought I saw someone standing in one of the upper windows, watching us. Then the light disappeared. We parked near the entrance gate. The second I stepped outside, freezing air hit me. Not cold weather. Different. Heavy. Dead. Like the air around the prison itself was wrong. Marcus grabbed his flashlight. This place smells like something died. Lisa looked toward the entrance. A lot of people did. That sentence stayed in my head longer than it should have. The gate opened with a horrible metallic screech. And the moment we walked inside, everything became silent. No rain. No thunder. Nothing. Just the sound of our footsteps echoing through the massive hallway. Tyler turned on the camera. Okay, rolling. Our flashlight beams barely cut through the darkness. The prison interior looked frozen in time. Rusty bars, peeling paint, broken lights, collapsed ceilings. Every hallway stretched endlessly into darkness. Lisa led us deeper inside while explaining the prison's history. Over 90 executions happened here. Violence between inmates was common. During the riots in the 1980s, several prisoners were tortured and killed inside these cell blocks. Marcus shook his head. Yeah, this is definitely cursed. Tyler laughed nervously. No kidding. We reached cell block D first. Hundreds of empty prison cells lined both sides of the corridor, and somehow every single one felt occupied. I know that sounds insane, but when you stood there, it felt like people were staring at you from inside the darkness. Tyler aimed the camera upward. Dude. I turned. What? He pointed toward the second floor walkway. There's someone up there. For 1 second, I saw it too. A tall shadow standing motionless behind the railing. Then lightning flashed through the window, and it vanished. Marcus immediately walked upstairs to check. Nobody there. No footsteps. No sound. Nothing. Probably shadows, he said. But his voice sounded shaky now. We continued filming deeper into the prison. The deeper we went, the colder it became. Soon we could see our breath. Lisa stopped beside a stairway leading underground. Solitary confinement is down there. The basement looked completely black. Tyler swallowed hard. Why does every haunted place have a basement? Lisa looked serious now. Because bad things were hidden underground. Nobody laughed at that. We headed downstairs slowly. Every step echoed loudly through the darkness. The air smelled wet and rotten. The cells downstairs were tiny. Concrete walls. Steel doors. No windows. Some of the walls had deep scratches across them. Real scratches. Like fingernails dragged across concrete. Marcus shined his flashlight across one cell. Oh, hell no. Written across the wall were dozens of words scratched into the surface. "Let me out, please." "He's watching," Tyler whispered. "Okay, that's messed up." Then we heard it. Clang. A loud metallic slam echoed somewhere deep in the basement. All of us froze instantly. Another slam followed. Closer this time. Marcus frowned. "Did someone else come in here?" Lisa slowly shook her head. "We're alone." Then came footsteps above us. Heavy footsteps, walking slowly across the ceiling, directly overhead, one step at a time. Tyler looked pale. "You guys hear that, right?" Nobody answered, because we all heard it. The footsteps stopped. Then 3 loud bangs exploded above us. Bang, bang, bang. Marcus immediately backed toward the stairs. "I'm done." Seriously. But before anyone moved, Tyler pointed down the hallway. "Guys!" A figure stood at the far end of solitary confinement. Tall, broad shoulders, standing completely still. No face visible. Just darkness. Watching us. I raised the camera slowly. The second the flashlight beam touched it, the figure disappeared. Not walked away. "Gone." Tyler whispered. "Nope." Then a prison cell beside us slammed shut, so violently the walls shook. Marcus shouted and dropped his flashlight. The light rolled across the floor, spinning wildly. And for one horrifying second, I saw someone standing inside the cell beside me. A man in an old prison guard uniform. His face looked twisted, rotten, smiling. Then the flashlight stopped spinning, and the cell was empty again. Tyler grabbed my arm. "We are leaving now." Nobody argued. We rushed upstairs back into the main prison corridor. But something felt different. The building suddenly felt alive, like it knew we were afraid. Marcus checked his equipment bag. "My batteries are dead." All of them. They were fully charged. Tyler checked the camera. Dead too. The lights above us flickered once. Twice. Then the entire prison went dark. Complete darkness swallowed everything. Tyler whispered, "Please tell me this is part of the tour." Lisa sounded terrified now. "There's no electricity in this building." Then we heard breathing. Not ours. Something else breathing in the hallway. Slow. Deep. Too close. Marcus clicked his flashlight repeatedly. Nothing. The breathing moved closer. Then came the sound of metal chains dragging across concrete. Scrape. Slowly moving toward us. Tyler's voice shook. "Oh my God!" The sound stopped directly in front of us. Nobody moved. Nobody even breathed. Then Marcus's flashlight suddenly flickered back on. The hallway was empty, but on the wall beside us, fresh words had appeared scratched into the paint. "Get out!" Lisa stared at it in disbelief. That wasn't there before. Then screaming echoed somewhere deep inside the prison. Not one voice. Hundreds. Prisoners yelling, begging, screaming in terror. The sound filled every hallway around us. Tyler looked close to panic. "We need to go right now." We started running toward the entrance. But somehow, the prison looked different now. Hallways we didn't remember. Doors we never passed before. It felt like the building itself was moving around us. Then Marcus stopped suddenly. Oh no! Someone stood inside one of the nearby cells. A man sitting quietly on the bed, head lowered, completely motionless. Tyler whispered, "Is that real?" The man slowly lifted his head. His eyes were completely black, and his smile was too wide, far too wide. The man suddenly rushed toward the bars, screaming violently. The sound didn't sound human. Marcus stumbled backward. The lights flickered, and the cell became empty, completely empty. Tyler screamed, "Run!" We finally reached the main gate. Rain poured outside. Marcus grabbed the handle, but the gate wouldn't open. Locked. Lisa pulled out her keys with shaking hands. "This makes no sense." Then static exploded through the prison speakers overhead. An old, distorted voice crackled through the darkness. Lockdown initiated. Every cell door in the prison slammed shut at once. Boom, Boom, boom. The entire building shook violently. Tyler looked ready to collapse. The system isn't even supposed to work. Lisa stared into the darkness ahead of us. Then we heard footsteps. Heavy footsteps slowly approaching through the corridor. One step at a time. A tall prison guard appeared at the end of the hallway. Massive, silent, face hidden in darkness. He walked slowly toward us. The temperature dropped instantly. I could see my breath again. The guard stopped 20 feet away. Then he pointed directly at me. And suddenly, I heard a whisper directly beside my ear. "You brought them here." I spun around. Nobody there. But when I looked back, the guard was much closer now. Without walking, Marcus shouted, "Open the gate!" Lisa shoved the key into the lock again. This time it worked. The gate flew open. We sprinted through the rain back toward the SUV. None of us looked back. Not once. We drove for almost an hour before anyone finally spoke. Tyler stared silently at the camera monitor. Then his face turned white. "Guys!" He replayed footage from the basement, frame by frame. And there it was, standing directly behind me the entire time in solitary confinement. The prison guard, watching me, motionless. The video glitched violently. Then the screen turned black. But audio still played. A distorted voice whispered through the speaker. "He belongs here now." The recording ended. Nobody spoke after that. I wish the story ended there. But it didn't. 3 nights later, I woke up at exactly 3:13 a.m. Metal scraping echoed outside my bedroom. The exact same sound we heard inside the prison basement. Scrape, slowly moving across the hallway floor. I forced myself to open the bedroom door. The hallway was empty, but written across my apartment wall were the same words from the prison. "Get out." I moved out 2 weeks later. Didn't matter. The nightmares followed me. Sometimes I wake up hearing prison doors slamming somewhere in the darkness. Sometimes I hear whispers beside my bed. And once, just once, I saw a tall figure standing in the corner of my room, wearing an old prison guard uniform, watching me silently. Last month, Tyler called me. He sounded terrified. He said he reviewed the footage again before deleting everything, and he noticed something we missed. Every single time one of us appeared on camera, inside the prison, there was someone standing in the background, watching, waiting, a tall guard hidden in the darkness. Tyler deleted every file after that. Marcus refuses to even mention the prison anymore. And Lisa? Nobody has heard from her in months. So, if you ever drive through West Virginia late at night, and you see the old prison walls rising through fog, keep driving. Because some places aren't haunted by ghosts. Some places are haunted by something far worse.